Now, local news about local people. This is Newslink Indiana.
Hello, I'm Chris Bavender. Thanks for joining us. Water is a hot commodity in Yorktown today after a water main break Sunday evening. The town is now on a boil water advisory. Newslink Indiana's Molly Fry has the story.
Around 10 Sunday night, an alarm at the Yorktown water tower. The water level, just 15 feet, half the normal level. The problem, a 12-inch water main break just a block from the high school.
This morning I went up to check the tower up here on Tiger Drive, and as I was driving by, I noticed water running out of the driveway.
Monday, Mount Pleasant schools shut off water lines and sent students home a few hours into the school day. By 2 Monday afternoon, crews still hadn't reached the cracked line.
We're having trouble with it caving in because of the water and the mud and everything's caving in as we try to dig it out.
Residents were told to boil water at least 5 minutes before use, a problem for the hometown Tiger Cafe.
To make the coffee, for the Pepsi machine, washing our dishes, cooking the food. I mean, we're just a small restaurant, so we use water in all the departments, all the areas, of course.
So, owner Patricia Scott relies on bottled water.
She just got all the water the store had.
That meant a trip to Muncie for more water in an attempt to stay open.
It's been an inconvenience, but it also kind of reminds you and to make you appreciate what you do have.
In Yorktown, Molly Fry, Newslink, Indiana.
Town manager Tim Keltley estimates the boil water advisory will last through Wednesday. School will reopen tomorrow with bottled water on hand. Investigators say broken pipes may have fueled Friday night's fire at the AMACOR facility in Anderson. Water causes magnesium, which the plant recycles, to flare up and explode. 1,500 people who live nearby were evacuated from their homes. Chastity Harden and Samantha Johnson remember what it was like when they were asked to leave.
I looked outside and couldn't even see Lowe's because it was so much smoke.
At the very beginning, it was just a little like white smoke, not very much. And then around 8:30 maybe, I saw the flames.
Evacuated residents were allowed to return home around 3:30 on Saturday. South 5th Street in Richmond has slowly been disappearing, and now it's about to take an old railroad bridge with it. Newslink Indiana's Lindsay Jameson explains the whole problem.
People swerve to avoid potholes, but to avoid this sinkhole on South 5th Street, Richmond residents are having to drive 2 blocks out of their way. It began as a small hole, only 6 feet long and only 1 foot across. Almost 2 months later, it has grown to 100 feet long, roughly 35 feet wide, and about 24 feet deep. The sinkhole opened up when an aging underground sewer system collapsed. Jay Grimes believes it has hurt his car business.
This is a main artery for our business. We've lost 75 to 80% of our business because we depend on the drive-by business.
The sinkhole repairs were originally projected to take 3 weeks. Now, with repairs almost a month overdue, the sinkhole has almost swallowed a nearby abandoned railroad bridge.
With the tracks being unused and the bridge inconveniencing truck drivers, some local businesses aren't sad to see it go. Anything to speed up sinkhole repairs.
Kind of an eyesore that old bridge is, so everybody'd be glad to see it leave.
Richmond residents are hoping for life to return to normal soon, but according to Robert Wee, a sanitary district engineer, that may depend on Mother Nature.
It's dependent upon weather. We're hoping within 2 to 3 weeks we can have everything completed.
In Richmond, Lindsay Jameson, Newslink, Indiana.
Excavation at the sinkhole will reach 48 feet below street level before repairs are complete, hopefully sometime in February. After a night in the cold, utility crews are turning gas back on in Lapel. City officials had ordered all natural gas lines turned off Sunday night after gas regulators at State Road 13 and Pendleton Pike froze. Today, crews went door to door to ensure gas lines are safely back on.
Don't turn them on yourself. We'll come and do it. There's no charge, but we want to turn them on ourselves. That way we can check and make sure there's no leak at the meter or anything like that.
Residents who are still without gas can call the Lapel Town Hall at 534-3157. Well, Nicholas Ferreri joins us now with a look at our forecast. And it was just one of those cold days that seemed to take your breath away.
And it took my breath away as soon as I stepped out of the door this morning. But I want to share with you a shot of another breathtaking scene that was out in Madison County today, just off State Road 13. What a beautiful winter picture this is. And if you notice, you can still see the water flowing down the creek, and that, of course, even though our temperatures were below freezing, water warms and cools more quickly, slowly, that is, excuse me. It's been quite a wintry day. I've been a little frozen myself. And that is why the water still moving there in that picture. In the forecast for tonight, another cold night, a low of 1 degree, winds, chills between 5 and 10 below zero, and winds from the northwest at 9 miles per hour. High pressure in control of our weather tomorrow. That high pressure brings sinking air. That'll keep clouds away in the morning. Then as that moves off to the east, that'll bring in the cloud cover, bring our winds out of the south. That'll help warm us up into the 20s. And then some snow comes into the forecast on Wednesday. Tomorrow, our high will be 23 degrees, sunny, but still another cold day. Wind chills from anywhere between -5 to 5 above. And then in the 5-day forecast, I think you'll like the numbers, but you might not like this chance of snow here. Wednesday, our high will be 34 degrees, anywhere between 1 and 2 inches of snow on Wednesday. Then the chance for snow continues throughout the week. Thursday, a high of 30, Friday, a high of 27, Saturday, again, a high of 30. And although January is just about half over, we have seen quite a lot. Rain, ice, temperatures in the 60s, temperatures in the single digits, and I know that this fluctuation in the weather is making many of you crabby. So here's a look at weather wisdom and a thought for you to reflect upon in this next week. For the man sound in body and serene of mind, there is no such thing as bad weather. Every sky has its beauty, and storms which whip the blood do but make it pulse more vigorously. And I don't know about you, but I sure am feeling better already.
Certainly. I mean, the sunshine always helps, even if it is so cold outside.
It sure does.
All right. Thanks, Nicholas. Well, a citywide celebration in Anderson today to recognize the work of Martin Luther King Jr. Newslink Indiana's Chris Wilson brings us more.
A beautiful sound for a beautiful cause. After floods, fires, and ice storms, the city of Anderson took a moment to celebrate. Celebrate the message of one of the most respected figures of American history, Martin Luther King Jr. Anderson Mayor Kevin Smith says today is a reminder to citizens and government leaders alike.
We believe that we should be seen as role models and really live our professional lives and personal lives to those standards.
The city welcomed guests such as Congressman Mike Pence, Indiana Attorney General Steve Carter, and Reverend Lawrence Haygood, a civil rights activist and aide to Martin Luther King during the marches and protests of the 1960s.
But he always urged us as blacks and whites to get together and work for a common expression of brotherhood and freedom in behalf of all people.
People young and old from every background gathered here at the Paramount Theatre in Anderson to commemorate a legacy 40 years in the making. For 40 years, Reverend Haygood has spread Dr. King's message of unity and acceptance to others. As most students in Anderson had the day off to relax, others saw the celebration as a chance to learn.
Brings out thoughts that you normally wouldn't have.
According to Reverend Haygood, the meaning behind Dr. King's message is just as important as teaching it to the next generation. In Anderson, Chris Wilson, Newslink, Indiana.
This is the 14th year the Paramount Theatre has hosted the celebration. Well, that is Newslink Indiana. For Nicholas Ferreri, I'm Chris Bavender. Join us again tomorrow on newslinkindiana.com for more news.